Hey, Kisses from Kenya is produced by Democrats Abroad Kenya, but everything you hear in this podcast reflects our personal perspectives
Yes,
as,
they might be.
as Americans living in Kenya.
Yes, nothing we say should be taken as the official stance of Democrats Abroad Kenya, Democrats Abroad Global, or the Democratic Party. This is an entertainment space and not an official policy platform.
Thank you. Welcome to Kisses from Kenya, where the holidays bring warm weather, beautiful sunshine, the goat that is about to be slaughtered in my next door neighbor's house, and of course, a bit of an identity crisis.
You have to identify yourself.
Right, right. I identify as she, her.
Introduce yourself. I mean, you didn't say
No,
who
I
you
was just
are.
kidding. I know you meant Vuyanzi. My name is Vuyanzi, and welcome. And I am with...
I'm Brendan, and I'm still trying to figure out just how to make eggnog here at the Equator.
Oh, wow. Ooh. Can't wait. I'll be the first to test it.
This is our holiday episode.
Yes, this is our holiday
She was
episode.
just ragging on me, y'all, because I already got the tree up.
Yeah, I actually, when people put up their tree before Thanksgiving, I totally shade and judge them. So I'm like,
Which she
no.
did in abundance when she came through the door today.
Do you really have a tree up already? It's not even Thanksgiving. And a lot of you, I know, a lot of you are like that. But anyway, for our first segment, whose America is it anyway? So what about this whole thing of holiday travel? Because that might be impacting both of us.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Well, I mean, the thing is, I find it ironic that, we have these news stories from today talking about things like, Americans bracing for record holiday travel. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if you remember for a couple of weeks ago while the government was still shut down, we already had 90-minute, 120-minute delays at TSA without it even being holiday travel. So
I remember 90 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hour delays years ago. Yeah. I feel like brace yourself for record levels holiday travel. I have been hearing that headline for a decade.
Well, and I feel like for us, because it's when you fly into the U.S. from outside, there's a limited number of airports that one has to choose from.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, granted, I've varied a little bit more in the last few years because I feel like when I started flying Air France, KLM, they go to the Midwest a little bit more, to some of those kind of smaller hub airports like Minneapolis and what's the other one, Detroit. But it's if you fly into Atlanta or JFK, and the thing is, you come in off the international flight, you got to go through customs, get your stuff, check your bag, and then you have to go through security.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember very clearly, especially at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Security where you're in TSA pre-check and it's still a 45-minute line.
It is, yeah, and that's the thing, right? There's the only time I felt relief from travel was when I was doing the what is it called when you do the pre-approval, and so over there you could go on that line. But other than that, the waits for international as well as domestic air travel, they're still long. There's
it's you could even have global entry. I've missed connections even with global entry because my bags didn't come out on the conveyor in time for me to take it and drop it.
No, it's too much. It's too much. And you'd think by now, 2025, there might be a better way of doing everything. So this whole record. Well, first of all, okay.
He's too busy thinking about his boo Bubba.
I'm gonna keep this clean right now.
You're gonna fly when you fly private to Epstein Island. You don't have to worry about.
I was very far in the Bubba hole of.
Apparently, you weren't the only one who was in the Bubba hole.
Oh my God! I didn't I was in the Bubba hole of despair, Googling and looking, cross-referencing things.
Did you see all that stuff about, that was why he stalked Hillary Clinton around the debate stage, because he knew he was the other woman?
I remember how he did that. No, I didn't. But now it all makes sense because everyone's like, why is he being so weird the way he was? Like, he was like, I got it.
I gotta let you know. I'm the throat goat.
Okay. I these past couple of weeks that it's been since we recorded last. One thing I was saying to you is that my mind, it's too much. It's a rabbit hole. I can see how those who are living in the States, you really probably need therapy right now, or a coach, or both, or medication. Because if you're looking at everything, and you don't even have to be super in depth in the news, but if you have an inkling of what is going on, this is uncertain times. It is scary. It is emitting even thousands of miles away. I feel how I feel inside my body, so I can only imagine. But anyway,
Anyway, we'll have more to report back on in a few episodes' time, at which point we will have both crossed the event horizon into the motherland. Pray for me, y'all, that I don't get trapped somewhere. Or at least if I get trapped, it could be with a man.
Me too.
Well, to be clear, I do have a man at most of the major hubs, so I can find one.
Oh, you're like, who was that? Which Trump ex-wife was that? She's like, I have friends all over the world. It was like an old clip of her, the one who passed away, I think.
Oh, Ivana.
Yeah, and they were like, okay, she literally said.
She said, I got hoes in different area codes, baby. Like,
I got
different country
hoes.
codes.
I got hoes. Like, that's what
I
she
got
said.
that too, so.
What am I
One
doing
thing about
wrong
me,
with my life?
I'm a layover now.
What am I doing wrong in my life? Okay.
This is why you got to put them into your, contact list with a tag by the city.
Oh.
So that it's like, I got to lay over in ATL. Let me just ATL. Oh.
Oh. Okay. I've been doing things wrong.
Like
okay.
Erica said, you better call Tyrone.
Call him. Okay.
Anyway. So I guess switching gears a little, not switching gears that much, but switching gears a bit to today's theme. It's about to be the holidays. So I know you just told me that you struggle to get into the holiday spirit when you're here in the sunshine. But tell us a little bit about your holiday experience.
Yeah,
overseas.
Yeah, it's still a struggle. What I've been here for.
This part always takes us into a darkness. But
I know. I'm sorry. But it's so true.
You're the problem.
I am the problem. Okay, so I'll say at this moment I am. For how many, over the past 5 years, how many Christmases have I been here? For like 4 Christmases I've been here.
Okay. And
I still don't feel more Christmassy than I did back in 2020.
She wore green because she's the Grinch.
And actually, someone asked me when they saw these earrings, did an animal die? Did animal sacrifice its life? Did the Grinch die that I might have these earrings? No, he didn't. And quite frankly, the weather is so warm and beautiful. I'm used to freezing my butt off, layering up, wearing a coat. So the only thing that helped me last year helped me a lot, but it didn't shift completely, there's this amazing group whose name I cannot remember, but maybe by the time we post this, we can put it in the show notes, here in Kenya. And they sing, the way they sing is absolutely amazing. They did a whole Christmas concert.
Nairobi Music Society?
No, No, but it's not them. I don't remember the name, but it's not them. But they were they were on top of the Junction Mall. They had the concert there. And it was amazing.
Sure we can Google it.
Yeah. It put me into like, okay, it's Christmas. Of course, I'm like wearing short skirt and no stockings and sandals, which is so weird at Christmas, but nevertheless, it was cute too, but nevertheless it's still so not Christmas. So I think it's just the
New Yorker in you though, because I feel like after I lived in Louisiana for like 10 years, so like I was very used to Christmas.
Yeah, with being warm, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So maybe that is more of a mid-Atlantic East Coast thing, because that, and also, but the other thing is, but tell me if you feel this. Okay, as much as I'm kind of shading on you because of the Christmas tree, I I wish you guys could zoom in and see the blink that he just gave me. But I miss seeing Christmas lights on houses.
Yeah.
That, and you're driving by, you're like, oh, look at that one. Oh, look at that one. And it's so nice. So I think it's how Christmas looks here. And, you know, I don't have any relatives.
Yeah, it's
here
like
either.
you only really see it at the mall.
Mm.
Like at the mall, they have the lights up.
Right,
But everywhere else, no.
Right. You're not passing apartment.
Although whenever people come to my place, they're always like, it's so cute because I also have them in the window. So.
Oh, and of course, I am a part of the problem because it's not like I have any Christmas lights up. Okay, maybe by next episode I would have gotten some lights. Okay, maybe that's a challenge. What about you?
Huh?
What about you?
I mean, for me, it's a little bit different because, I mean, as much as you were shading on me for having my lights up, like, I mean, I've always gone home, you know, so, you know, in part because my parents are older, so I'm like, you know, I need to see them. So, yeah, this will be my this will be my 6th year. I'll be going home from Kenya for Christmas.
Meanwhile, I'm feeling terrible with guilt because my dad is 91.
I'll leave that for you to discuss with your therapist. Because you are not paying for me by the hour for this session. But...
Okay, I'm back. It's the truth. Or he'll be 91. He's 90. What's the difference when you're 90? It's 90. Yeah. So I'm going to. The goal is to get home this holiday season.
But like, did you grow up in like did your family always spend Christmas together?
Oh my God, big time. Our thing was Christmas Eve dinner. Mm-hmm. And like the big spread, the extended family coming over. The tree, of course, was there. Real pine tree where you go and you pick it out. You have to keep it watered or else the pine needles will fall off. The gifts under the tree. And that's how I knew Santa Claus didn't exist at an early age. Because how is it that everyone's staying over till after midnight on Christmas Eve? And don't you guys have to leave for Santa to come? And then when I looked at my gifts...
So it was all the old drunk people that tipped you off.
Well, okay, so I lived in a Holy Ghost fire house. So there was no
Never mind,
alcohol.
There was no shouting at Space Jam.
There was no alcohol ever. And all my Christmas gifts were written in from Santa in my mother's handwriting because I knew my mother's handwriting.
That did tip me off at one point.
From Santa, but Mom, why is this your handwriting?
But like my mom had a good, I think like she explained it as like, oh well, you know, like Santa needs helpers, so like parents are the ones that help.
Oh, okay. So you confronted your parents about it.
Well, there was like one year where I was, well, actually no, you know what it was? There was one year that I forget what happened. Like for whatever reason, there were no toys. And so my parents had gone and bought everything. Like they like went to the CVS and bought like all the little like you know like those little finger flick like pinball like games and stuff. So that was all there was.
You sound
and
very ungrateful.
My mama was like, well, you know, see what happened was Santa had a little accident on the way, so we had to help.
Oh my God.
Because I was like, why did everything come out the little checkout aisle from the CVS? And then we got like gift cards. But
was Toys R Us around, by the way, when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I grew up in like the heyday. It was like before they really fell off. So like Toys R Us and what was the other one? Like
we had a Child's World, but I think that was way before your time.
It was like R2B Toys or something.
Maybe that was regional.
Something.
That was right. You were in New York, upstate.
There were a few, but no, like my parents were they were very committed to all that stuff. Because even when it was Easter, like my mom used to do the thing where she would like take like the flour and make little bunny tracks like from the front door to like the plate where we leave out the carrot, and they would like then take a bite out of the carrot. What? And then we would leave the cookies for Santa, and like she would take a bite out the cookie, and then we'd always like leave out like celery or a carrot for the reindeer, so she'd like take a bite out of that. There was like a whole thing.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Wow, that is.
And that went on until I was like at least like 11 or 12. Like, I was late.
Were you still believing in that though?
I mean, ish.
Oh, that's so interesting.
She like went up there with like be ringing bells and shit. Like there was a lot of stuff. She was up in the attic doing all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I think the holidays are just interesting when you live abroad because even like you said, there's regional differences in the U.S.
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. 100%. And I think people don't understand that here.
Yeah.
They think it all looks the same. But even right now, this conversation should be bringing it out, like how different it is just because of weather. For me, the main thing is weather. And by the way, let's be clear. I don't like winter in New York or New Jersey. I cannot stand it. But I equate it to Christmas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny because there's even like it's also I equate it even with like Thanksgiving, right? Because I always remind people, I'm like, when you watch The Wiz and Dorothy gets sucked up in that snow tornado, that was a Thanksgiving movie. It's not a Christmas movie because it was Thanksgiving dinner.
Was it Thanksgiving dinner?
I'm almost positive.
Oh God, somebody needs to go.
Unless they go revoke my invite to the cookout because I'm over here misquote and Dorothy.
That's okay. I almost got uninvited because I didn't watch The Wiz for many years. I didn't see it until an adult.
I mean,
The Wiz.
I love The Wiz. It gave me nightmares as a child.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
As a child, you saw it? All right, next subject. What?
Speaking of Lost in Translation.
Oh my God! What do you mean?
So our next is a new recurring episode.
Yes.
A recurring segment called Lost in Translation, where we're going to talk about Kenyanisms. We confess phrases and sayings that Kenya has taught us. Yes.
So for me, it just one of these this past week, I noticed myself saying something that's super Kenyan, I'd say, and I would never say it any other time. And that was to be upstanding. Now, if you're from the States and I say to be upstanding, you're like, oh yes, I'm upstanding, because people use it here to say stand up.
Yeah.
Upstanding. Just like a tweak of the words changes everything. You say it in Rotary?
Yeah.
Okay. Like when you first heard it.
Be upstanding so that we can blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but when I first heard it, I'm like honestly, I'm like.
So you're trying to say I'm a bad person?
Exactly. Like I am upstanding. And then I'm like, oh, they're really using this to say stand up.
Yeah.
And so all this week, every time I told the group to stand up, I said, please be upstanding.
For the blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What about you? What's your
mine that I was thinking about, like when we went for a hike last week, is that so like the polite way of saying like that you have to use the bathroom, like, and I think it's from like the Swahili translation. It's like if you have to take a pee, like a piss, then you say like I have to take a short call, and if you have to take a shit, it's I have to take a long call. And so, like, we were like, actually, no, it was yesterday. We were hiking down from the place where we went for the rock climbing. Yeah. And the guy's like, oh, just go ahead. I just have to take a quick short call.
Did you know what he meant?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I know now. Like, I even say it now, right? Because it's like, it's considered more polite.
Really?
And be like, I got to go take a piss.
I know, because I totally say pee. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to pee. I totally say that. I'm probably looked at as being so rude. I did not know.
Yeah.
I still say the restroom or the bathroom.
Yeah, it's a short call or a long call.
Okay.
Well, the reason that that doesn't translate is because in Kenya, traditionally you have like the room where the toilet is, which is like, the toilet. Yeah. And then the washroom or the bathroom is the room where the shower is. Because like in like an old school Kenyan house, those are two separate.
It is two separate. Yeah, and actually even now you'll see it in different apartments where it's one thing and then the other thing.
So like normally if you're like I need to go to the washroom, then like the literal like meaning would be like I need to go take a bath.
I think they know I'm not taking a bath. No, but that's
you mind if I just hop into your shower real quick? I mean, I did offer that to you today.
I did because earlier my apartment building did not have water. Go figure. Maybe that's a Kenyanism that the management did not say that the plumbers were coming over and they were going to cut off the water, which that is completely understandable. But I said to him, because he lacks in other things. I mean, the name of where I live is like this much on my tongue because I do want to leave. But the thing is, he always doesn't communicate. The only thing I can guarantee you he communicates is the water bill.
Well, of course. You better pay.
Like, dude, I said, tell your tenants when you're going to turn off the water. I'm sitting there like toothpaste on my face because that's a whole different story of why I had toothpaste on my face. Like this, I'm like, and you're like, you can come over here. I'm like, if I walk in Brendan's house looking like this, is so crazy. How would I even go?
I like that scene from Mrs. Doubtfire, remember when she had like the cream pie on her face?
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. So those are the things. However, let's move it along to some joyful moments. I'm glad this really kind of started off on a bit of a not happier note, but I do feel our vibration lifting on. So let's lift it even more with some moments of queer joy for you this week, or at least since the last time we met. Is there a moment of some queer joy that you'd like to share with us?
Well, mine was, like one of my gentleman friends.
I already knew from your body language. First of all, you patted your relaxing head. Yeah. Boop, boop. And then you started playing with this. Okay, notice the body language. Okay.
Well, actually, there's been a lot, lately, mostly surrounded by my gentleman callers, but, I've been able to share some different
long calls or short calls, but boom. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Why not both? Well, so I told you I'm gonna feed you some of these collard greens that I made, which I actually made for one of my friends for his birthday this weekend. I was like, come over, baby, I'm gonna cook you something.
He's cooking collard. What am I doing wrong in my life?
Another one. So very few people remember or realize that I have a degree in music because that was what my bachelor's degree was in. And so I got an opportunity the other day because one of my friends has a violin that needed to be tuned. So he brought over the violin, and we had to get some new strings on there, stringing the violin and tuning it and playing the little notes and stuff. And then I also took this as an opportunity to tune this banjo that I have.
What? Can you play a song?
No, I cannot do that. But I am learning how to do the fingering because you keep your gums too close.
Okay,
that brought me some joy.
Well, that sounds amazing. So, side note, I grew up playing the violin. Really? From the time I was 6 years old till I graduated. I took a couple years off, but from 6 to 18 years old, and even a few years. Okay, maybe it's a couple of decades ago. Anyway, my friend and I, my first Kenyan friend and I, in New Jersey, we did a Christmas concert. She was on the piano and I was on the violin for my family because we always had the piano in the house. I did not know that your undergrad was in music. I love that.
Yeah. What about you?
That actually, your joy is making me so joyful too. Yeah, if your friend ever comes over with the violin and he's playing it or something, I don't know. Let me know.
I'll invite you over for the parts that you're allowed to be there for.
Only those parts. Oh, is it that kind of friend?
They are all that kind of friend.
Oh my gosh. Okay. There's a couple
Given the right circumstance, anybody could be that kind of friend to you. So maybe you do want to come over for the other part. I don't know.
You don't know my life. Okay. So I think the biggest thing this week that brought me joy was, so the group in which I was conducting a leadership retreat, I won't say the name of the organization, however, it has to do with environmentalism and protecting, of course, and sustaining the environment. And of course, we're in Kenya. Kenya is in Africa. So more than likely, it's going to be more Black people in the room. However, I want you to think about, not like you know this, how did I grow up? Did I grow up seeing a lot of Black, and my family was, a lot of them had degrees and everything. Yeah. However, PhDs and scientists who looked like me, and this is called Black Joy, by the way. I've never seen so many of those people who have had articles in these environmentalist published articles in different areas of science and the environment, and to see all these people, leaders, like, by the way, recognized globally in one place and looking like me, I felt like, wow, like this is what's up. I have the privilege and the honor to be around these people. And it just gave me immense joy inside my soul. So that was what brought me amazing joy this week.
You find any cute man with a PhD?
So I don't know that he had a PhD, but definitely he has an MBA, and that's a whole different story.
He might have had a different kind of D.
Let me tell you, gosh, let me tell you, I'm gonna keep it professional because I don't know who from that group will hear it, but just know there was a cutie. There were a couple of cuties in the room, but one specifically, his energy was.
She said she was trying to do some other facilitating after.
Okay, I was keeping it professional, and that's what I'll say. I'll leave it at that, because I want to get hired again. Oh gosh, sorry. I hope you cut that part out. Something was in my. I couldn't. Sorry.
Cut. You want your Grinch feather.
All right. So
wait, as we close it out.
Yeah. So as we
the holidays. I think I think it's a nice kind of point of focus for our show, just because it is a reminder that, like, home can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Especially if you allow it to be. I mean, some of us don't want to allow it to be. My dear.
But I mean, okay, just to that point where we allow it to be, I think this year is the first year that I'm feeling a little homesick. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been here, right? As much as I may say the weather's warm, in the end, this is the first year I'm feeling a little bit, I want to be home. So that's why I'm definitely working on getting home. You might see me on the flight. Don't play. Like, hey, Brendan, how you doing?
You're like, hey, girl.
What are these two doing? Oh, no, they couldn't.
I'll be like, oh, no, you got to switch, baby. Get out of this seat. They're going to be like, I paid for the upgrade. Great. Well, you could get a refund.
Seriously. But I'm happy to be talking about this. Because one thing is, I think it's important. I know I have to pay you for your therapy lesson afterwards, but I think it's important to talk about this. We're abroad, we're here, we're living it, we're experiencing it. So, happy holidays to everyone. And we'll be enjoying it, maybe on a plane, maybe here, but just making it home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is. Yes. Mm-hmm. We're a little bit lower, depending on
who. You could keep going depending on who it is. But anyway, wherever you're celebrating, I think also just a quick mention that, I think the holidays can also be.
It's the ghost of Kisses from Kenya.
But I mean, just a timely reminder that the holidays can also be a time when people do feel very lonely. So if you are someone who is feeling alone, please let us know that you are not. And of course, if you are feeling like it's a point where you want to do something drastic, we're happy to also provide some resources, numbers that you can call.
Yeah, please reach out. That's the one thing. Don't isolate yourself and step away, but I want you to reach out to us. We can definitely support you in resources and provide.
We'll put them on the screen.
Yeah, in the show notes. We can put it in the show notes because it is true. As much as we're laughing and talking, it is true that some people don't feel good at this juncture. Mm-hmm.
Well, and also sometimes when you're laughing, it's because you don't feel good either. So
come on. Okay, Dr. Brendan. Other kind of doctor.
Anyway, speaking of doctor, I don't know what I was going to go with that.
Okay. Oh, I was waiting. I was like,
the love doctor. Wherever you're celebrating, stay joyful, stay messy, and from us.
Mwah.
Kisses from Kenya.
Bye, guys.
See you next year.
Hey.